This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and thank you to Sphere Rocket VA, our sponsors, for connecting me today with Miss Ashley. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Of course, excited to have you here. So take us back to the beginning. Who is Ashley? Where are you from? And how did you find yourself a real estate agent?
All right. So I am a military spouse of 17 years. I'm a mom of 3, almost 4, and originally from Virginia. Lived a large portion of my life in North Carolina, and then my husband's military career brought us back to Virginia 2 times. So that's where we're at now, and my real estate career kind of started in Florida. I started babysitting for our realtor, and it wasn't long after I had been babysitting for her. She was like, "You need to be doing this." And she sat down on my couch one day and was crying about how much she paid the IRS. And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I need to be doing this, not being your babysitter."
Yeah.
So I kind of mentored with her for a little bit. And then I was a teacher before I did all that kind of stuff. That was pre-kid. And then mentored with her for a little while and started serving the military community. And then we came back to Virginia, and that's where I really took off and started doing real estate full time.
Well, awesome. No, that's really cool. And Ashley, was that mentor to you? Was she with EXP, or what's your story? How did you come across EXP?
So no, she's not with EXP. My coach is actually Lauren Taylor, who is very well known in EXP and in the coaching world. And that is how I was brought to EXP, was through Lauren.
Okay, awesome. And then what did you like about EXP? What drew you here other than, was it Lauren? Was it just the fact that it was introduced to you by somebody you know, like, and love, or what made EXP seem to be the right move for you?
Well, it had a lot to do with Lauren. I was at a brokerage that we called a boutique brokerage. So I'd been with Keller Williams in Florida, and then I transitioned to the boutique brokerage when I got here to Virginia. And I just really wasn't happy. And Lauren kept saying, "What are you looking for?" And I would just tell her, I'm looking for more mentorship. I'm looking for people to actually, collaborate with me instead of trying to hide everything that they're doing. And she was like, "You're looking for EXP." And then I was like, "But I have a 0 cap. I didn't, have to put in any commission or anything like that with the boutique brokerage." Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Well, tell me about the fees that you pay." And then we started calculating up the fees that I paid, and the fees were actually more than my cap would be with EXP. So I was like, this is making a lot more sense now. I mean, I had paid over $40,000 into this boutique brokerage for nothing.
Yeah.
And I trusted Lauren greatly, and I kind of just took a leap of faith on her, and the fact that she was like, "It's not just me that's with EXP that's very collaborative and, helpful. You'll find that with all the agents." And I did.
Wow, that's really cool. That collaboration drew you over here. It's something that just really sparkles and continues to shine about EXP. They take pride in, making sure that is constantly being improved here and fed into. And, it's a highlight of the company. And Ashley, what makes you say, I am never leaving EXP?
I would say the access to the mentorship. Mm-hmm. That's gold to me. The rev share is great. I love that. I do feel like that's one thing too. Maybe that would be number 2 on my list because that's retirement wise benefit. But the mentorship is gold. I don't want to leave because the people that I have access to never cease to amaze me. And being with Lauren and being in this being in the downline, so the upline that I have is in the top 2% of the company. So it amazes me like that I legitimately have access to these people who are doing billion-dollar things every year, and I have access to hop on a call with them anytime I want and get trained by them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Ashley, you stay busy. Obviously, it seems like you understand that this industry is a continued learning process. You're excited about learning and getting better. And you're a mama and a wife and a real estate agent, a high producing one at that. So at the end of the day, how do you make sure to slow down and take care of Ashley and make sure that you're not on full burnout mode?
Yeah. So there's a few things. So I have a team. I have Lauren as my coach, who's constantly kicking my butt and telling me like to chill and to relax. I have a VA, so that's super helpful. And then I have an admin too, who she does a lot. So I think it's really that whole team aspect, just to understand that you're doing a lot, but you don't have to do it by yourself.
Right.
And having those people in your corner that can help you. And it took me a while to do that because the first couple of years I was doing like complete burnout and I was exhausted. My family was exhausted. It took a toll on us as a whole. And it really just took some reevaluation to be like, you can be more successful when you set plans in place to continue doing the same action every single day and throwing off of the plate the things that don't make sense for you to do.
Right. Absolutely. And, I really stand by like you have to spend money to make money. So hiring a virtual assistant, hiring an admin, and I'm sure that has allowed you to really focus in and, amp up your production and probably make more money. I don't want to assume that for you, but, I would guess if you weren't making more money, you probably would have gotten rid of them by now.
Yeah, no, like it totally has. And that was the thing for me. I kept telling Lauren, I kept saying, well, if I do that, I'm not making enough to pay these people. And then like, I'm going to lose business because I don't have more money. And she was like, no, you're looking at it completely wrong. And she was like, you're thinking you're this superhero when in actuality, there's people that can do the things you're doing way better than you're doing them.
Right.
And she was 100% right. I've doubled my production since bringing the team and the VA on, and I plan on just continuing to help that grow.
Yes, no, that's awesome. That's, of all the things I've learned on the Icon podcast, the leveraging and sourcing out things that maybe you're not so good at has become a very clear, breadcrumb to the success that I've seen with the icons. So that's awesome, Ashley. Good on you for taking that step and listening to Lauren and taking that risk, but obviously it's paid off. So let's talk, more focused on the Icon Award. So it's like a 3-part question now, right? So the first question is going to be, how many houses did you have to sell to hit Icon in your market?
So I think I hit Icon at 32 houses.
Okay.
So it wasn't terrible. I capped pretty quick, and then it just took a little bit, about 20 more to get the Icon. And yeah, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay, awesome. And Ashley, to Icon, obviously you've got to hit that production. That's like the first step, but you also have to give back to the culture. And, this is like going to be a fun question because you are so admirable of the culture and the collaboration here at EXP. So as an Icon, you have to give back to that, either as a teacher, a coach, a mentor, teaching EXP world, whatever it is. So what avenue do you take to give back as somebody that's so passionate about the culture here?
Yeah, so I took the mentoring aspect. I tell people all the time, I never thought of being a real estate taking me back to my teaching journey, but it totally has, because being an Icon agent allows me to do that. And I don't think I actually realized how much I missed that either until I had the opportunity to do it again. I never taught adults or like older kids in school. It was always like younger kids. So it's really funny for me to find such joy in helping these new agents, but I love watching them learn and thrive, and the way that they are so passionate about coming in and just trying to get more information. So that for me has been like my most favorite thing about being an Icon agent is being able to help them learn and develop and just grow into better agents. They're like little sponges, and I love pouring into them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's it's really exciting to be an Icon that teaches here because you're the top 2% of the industry and you're out here actually doing the work. And so for people to be able to soak that up from those that are just killing the game out here is incredible.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love working with them. Like I said, I like just reminding them that it's not all about the sale. It's about the actions that you do every single day that get you to the sale and that get you to the higher point.
Right.
I like switching that mindset. It's fun.
No, and like you said, it's taken some mind switching around for you to get where you're at. So it's awesome to be in the position to be helping others and kind of opening their eyes a little bit the way that you were helped as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And Ashley, out of all the benefits that come with the Icon Award, right? You get a nice, pretty trophy. You have the opportunity to earn your cap back, EXP Con, shareholders, and so forth. What is your favorite part about it? Like, what makes you say, man, I love this part of the Icon Award. I have to do it again next year?
I'm going to say it's the stock, just because that's what's building the future for my family. That's what's building the opportunity for when my husband retires from active duty, for me to be able to say, like, you're not going back to work. You've worked for 20 years serving our country and like you've busted your tail. Like, it's time for you to chill.
Yeah.
So for me, like, that's my drive. I'm going to do it over and over and over so he doesn't have to keep working.
I love that, Ashley. That's really cool. And congratulations on your success so far. That's incredible. It's been awesome to hear your story. And then, so for my next question, I'm going to put you in a little bit of a scenario. And so I just got my real estate license. I'm a rookie. I've never written an offer letter, and I'm on Team Ashley. Everything's said and done. I'm with EXP, and we're talking goals. And I'm like, hey, Ashley, I don't know anything, but I want an icon this year. What kind of, I've had an icon call it, what kind of come to Jesus talk are you going to have with me to set realistic expectations and goals? And, is that something achievable in a first year, or is that something I should focus on later? Bring me to reality. Let's talk.
Yeah. So it's funny because a lot of people will say that they don't think. It's funny because more often than not, you have the agents that come to you and they're like, I could never do that. I want the little cap because I don't even want to try.
Yeah.
And so if I had an agent that actually came to me and wanted it, I would be like, yes, you're my person. Like, I got you. We can do this. And I say this because I had only been in Virginia doing real estate for 8 months when I swapped over to EXP. I didn't have like a ton going on here because, like, you're going to a new state, you're starting your business completely over. Like, nobody knows who Ashley Edge is. They're like, who is this chick and why should I use her? So I started with EXP in March, and by November, when we went to EXP Con, I iconed. I found out I iconed while we were there, and I signed in with one of the girls in my upline, and they were like, here's your icon pen. And I was like, what? So I was super excited. So I tell the people all the time, I'm like, if I can do it coming from a place of like not knowing that many people in the area, not having any sphere that I was working with, like, you can do it too. And it takes a couple things. I tell people that just like my coaches trained me, you have to do the same things every day and you have to implement imperfect action. So you have to be willing to understand that, like, it's fine if what you're doing is not perfect every single time, but you have to do it and you have to do it every single day. And doing those tasks every single day is what's going to get you where you're going. I'm a big fan of Atomic Habits. I make my team read that book and I ask them questions about it. So I like follow up with them and just telling them that, 1% better every single day is going to get you where you want to be. And if you really want that award, I'm all for it. Like, we can do it and I'll map it out for you. Let's go get it.
I love that. No, that's incredible. And Atomic Habits. Okay. So, for anybody listening, why should they read that book? Why is that one a good one for you?
So it's just a good reminder that it doesn't take mega action to get mega results. And I feel like that's what a lot of people think. They're like, oh, you're an icon agent. Like, you have to work all day long. You don't get any breaks. Like, there's no way that you have family time. We literally plan vacation every other month. Like, I homeschool my kids. I'm like, we are going on vacation whenever we want. I structure my life around being successful a little bit at a time. So that book just reminds you about that. 1% better every day is what the goal is in that book. And they remind you that small repetitive action over and over creates a greater result than large action at limited times. So if you do one big thing and then you take off a week, and then you do one more big thing, and then you take off a week, you're going to be less successful than the person who does the small things every single day.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Definitely a book, I should check out. And I love taking these recommendations from icons. Proximity is power, and what works for you. I'd love to see the inside of Ashley's brain for, just a minute in the Atomic Habits. So that's pretty cool. And Ashley, we're coming up just over 15 minutes here. So I'm up to my last question, which would be, for somebody that's looking at EXP and they're in a tough spot right now, right? They're with their brokerage. They may have this sense of loyalty and they see the greener grass. They hear the great things about EXP and they also hear the horrible things about EXP. Like, don't go over there. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a cult. It's this, it's that. So for somebody that may be watching right now, sitting on that ledge, wondering if they should make the jump, what would you have to say to them?
So I approach it from a couple of different ways. Like I said, I am a military spouse. My husband's active duty. So the first way I approach it is that way. Like, as a military spouse, we're going to move all over the country. I'm going to reach out to the spouses that I know that are agents, and I'm going to tell you that you don't have to pay a office fee in each state. Like, you don't have to pay multiple brokerage fees. You pay one and you're done. So that's number one. That's how I approach that aspect. And then, like, just standard on the civilian side, I'm like, I have been with 3 brokerages now, and none of them have been as collaborative as EXP. None of them have offered me what EXP is offering me. None of them have given me a future for retirement, for opportunity, for my husband to not have to work again, setting us up like that. Literally, I have a separate savings account is what I call it. My little 5% that I have taken out of each check to go into rev share. I'm like, you get your separate savings, you don't even think about it, and there's your retirement gone.
Yep.
So there's not another brokerage that I know about that offers those things. And there's not another one that I have found that offers such a family atmosphere when it comes to the collaboration and the training and the learning. My husband and I went to EXPCon together last year, and he was amazed at how everyone was just so willing to sit down and share everything that had made them successful. We didn't come across one agent that was like, oh, well, go try, figure it out. I figured it out. You can too. And at other brokerages I've been at, that's been the kind of like attitude, even from people that I had known for years. It was like, well, I did it. You can do it. Oh, but how? How did you do it? Whereas at EXP, everybody's like, this is the roadmap. Follow it. I want you to be successful.
Mm-hmm. No, it's incredible. And I love that you love the culture at EXP because, as an icon agent, you're somebody that leads that and sets the tone. And, obviously it's made an impact on you and you continue to make an impact on others. And that's what makes EXP so exciting. And if you are watching right now and you're like, man, like I've got a few more questions, reach out to Ashley. I don't care if you're in Alaska or wherever you're at, not near Ashley, reach out to her. We live in a metaverse. We've got it. We've got the world at our fingertips now. If you think that that's somebody that you'd like to work with, reach out to her and she'll be so excited to answer questions. Not to take words from your mouth, Ashley, but, as the EXP culture, I'm sure you're excited.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime.
Awesome. Well, Ashley, as we wrap up here, is there anything that you'd like to leave the listeners with today?
I would just say go for it. Like, give it a shot. You honestly have nothing to lose. What I always ask people when they are considering EXP and they're not sure, I'm like, what are you getting now that is different from what you want? Or are you getting everything you want right now? If so, then stay where you are. But if you're searching for something else, tell me what it is. And if EXP doesn't offer it, I'd be surprised.
Absolutely. Well said, Ashley. Thank you so much for your time today. I will be catching up with you at EXPCon or shareholders, and I really look forward to just kind of picking your brain more and seeing what all changes in such a short amount of time.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Ashley. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.